Depression. This word's thrown a lot around these days. A lot of people deal with this every day. I dealt with this, but I don't think depression is what people think it is. Hey, maybe you're different, but the common consensus is depression is like a thing that just appears in your life. That you catch, maybe from something bad, maybe from nothing at all, it just appears. While most people believe that depression is like feeling bad for no reason, basically. For no clear reason. But I believe there is a clear reason. I believe that's wrong. See, I believe depression happens as an accumulation of bad habits. See, when you do bad habits, you get cheap dopamine, instant gratification. When you do this sort of stuff, it spikes your dopamine above your baseline. So you feel good for a while, but when it comes down, it doesn't stop at baseline, it goes below the baseline, which is why you regret it. That's why you feel shit after these bad habits, these vices. But when it goes back up, if it goes back up, it's not a problem. If you let it return to the baseline and heal, it's not a big problem. But see, most people don't do that. They get another bad habit. So it spikes up, but less now, and then goes down even further, and up slightly, down even further, and down, like a wee zigzag, just straight down. So months, years maybe of doing this, your baseline's up here, your old baseline was up here, and now it's way down here, or lower. You wouldn't be able to see it if I put it down that low, and that's why I think depression happens. It's because your dopamine receptors, they're fucked. Because you've just indulged so much in bad habits that you feel shitty all the time now. If you need help with getting your habits together and improving your life, click the link below and join my description, or click the link in the description and join my community. Now, I believe depression's a gift, not a punishment. Some people look at it as a punishment. I looked at it as a punishment, but it's not. It's a gift. As long as you listen. See, God's giving you a wake-up call. He's calling you up for more. And see, if you listen, that's where your growth comes from. That's where your level up comes from. He's telling you that you're not doing good enough. You're not as good as you could be. But some people don't listen. They don't listen at all, and they just continue down that road of depression and think, why me, why me? And they don't try and solve it. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. See, on the other side of that pain is everything you want. Everything. It'll always be that way. Wes Watson says, your growth never comes packaged how you want it. And I believe that. When I went through this period, it was about 2 years. I was clearly on the wrong path. I was doing lots of drugs. Just loads of bad habits. I was at the gym, yes, but I was just going down the wrong fucking path. It was so clear I was never going to get my goals doing this. So God, He gave me that wake up call. He showed me that I'm doing something wrong, and it took me a long time, well, relatively long, to realise what He was trying to tell me. And then I got sober. I started doing all these good habits. This wasn't all at the same time, but all the stuff that I was doing was to try and get through this depression. And that's why you can't run from it. I was forced not to run from it. I was running from it for a long time, doing drugs, other vices, but they stopped working, and eventually that'll happen if you do it long enough. See, you cannot try and escape this pain. If you try and escape it, it'll lead you down that rabbit hole. You'll be like that for years and years until you can't cope, and then you kill yourself. You need to learn to listen to the pain. So remove the bad habits and add good ones. Good ones that will strengthen you so that you can learn to listen, so you can cope. Because people think it's the other way around. When they can't cope, they run to what breaks them down, like bad habits, these vices. But they make it worse. You need to run to what builds you. Exercise, meditation, all this stuff, reading, getting up early, eating right, getting your life together will save your life. It's the only way out of depression. The one last thing that I'll comment about getting out of it is your mindset. See, I was doing the good habits, but I still felt down. It's because my mind was still stuck on this negative cycle over and over again. Your brain, when it gets in a habit, it sticks to it, so you need to force it out. You need to start thinking positively. You know all about mantras and looking in the mirror and all that bullshit. You need to think like that, but just normally, you don't need to look in the mirror and repeat it over and over again. Just throughout the day, think this good shit. Think, I'm a happy person, I'm positive. I don't let anything bug me. I don't let the negativity get me down. Stuff like that, just constantly, over and over again, brainwashing yourself. And eventually it'll bring you out of it, as long as you're doing these good habits and removing the bad habits on top of that. Anyway, that's it. I hope this helps someone. Maybe it'll give you some idea on what to do if you're feeling depressed, or if you haven't been through anything like this. At least now you know you're prepared for what happens. Goodbye.